and about today. I've actually been on the road for about 4 hours today. I left Brisbane, I think it was around about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm heading out to a city called Warwick. Why it's called a city, I have no idea. Hey H7, how are you? Hey Paul Walker, how are you? So I'm heading out to what we call a city called Warwick, out I guess it's outback Queensland. Hey Ominous Bro, how are you? If I miss the chat, guys, it is because I am driving as well. But I thought I'd introduce you to where I am, and I'm going to actually turn the camera around, guys, so you don't see me, because this is where I am today. If it's a little bit bumpy, hopefully the camera will pull it up. But I am actually in the middle of, actually the bottom end of Queensland, the state that I live in, right on the border of New South Wales and Queensland, heading to a town called Warwick. The reason why I'm out here is I'm actually out here on business. I'm out here for 2 days. I'm staying in a beautiful winery tonight, which I will be taking some video of. Unfortunately, I won't be live previewing any of that stuff for you guys, because I am actually out here working today. Believe it or not, I am working. But I'm sorry about the shaking the camera, guys. I've got it on a thing on the dash of my car. But this is the countryside that I've just spent the last 4 hours driving. Now, I haven't been driving 4 hours solid. I have stopped. I've had breakfast and stuff like that. But I think I'm about 5 or 10 minutes outside of Warwick, which is my first destination. We've got quite a few meetings out here with local tourism organisations and stuff like this, because this is absolutely magnificent country out here. This is, I guess, I won't say it's out in the outback, but this is as country as you get. And the town that we're about to go into is a real historic Queensland town. Please hurry with business. So I am, and I just wanted to show you this beautiful country. Now, it's very dry out here at the moment. They've had very little rain out here for about 12 months now. So it is almost drought stricken, which is what a lot of the farmers are worried about out here. And this is where a lot of our main beef comes from. Also a lot of our crops. But you see in some of the spots there, I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but there's a lot of cattle farming that goes on out here. But Warwick is actually a historic city. I saw a wolf ended the stream earlier. I'll be talking to him about that. But I just thought I'd obviously part and parcel of what I do, being involved in a magazine, is I get to visit these awesome locations. And this is what I get to travel in. Now, usually I don't drive this far. I can be on a plane and in Melbourne in 4 hours, but I've been driving for 4 hours today on these country roads, heading out for my meetings out here today. And then tomorrow I'm in another country town called Stanthorpe, which I will show you. I may even do a live preview of me driving out there today as well, later on today, which will probably be in about 2 or 3 hours time. I'll head out there. But I've got about 3 or 4 meetings that I've got here today, which is awesome. But this is the countryside that I've been driving through. This is Australia. This is what the outback looks. We're not in the desert. We are in country outback. This is very farming. This is called the Granite Belt area here. This was actually a volcanic basin. We haven't had volcanoes in Australia for country roads take me home. Southern Queensland, I'll be there. Anyway, don't give up your day job, Dan. So I think Warwick is okay. So the speed limits are just slowing down now. Now that's 80 kilometers an hour for all you Americans. That's not 80 miles an hour. And I think 80 kilometers an hour is about 50 mile an hour through here. But we are coming in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you for a quick drive around the town as well, just so you can see. This is a historic town. Obviously not as historical as maybe towns in England or towns in the US, for example. Hey Dragon, welcome. Look, I do apologize if I missed the chat, guys, because I am driving, so I don't want to crash into anything. But we're coming to this. So as I said, this is a rural farming community here. Very historic town. I think it's about 130 years old, 140 years old, I think. Well, most of the buildings around here are. But I just wanted to show you some of the awesome places that we've got here in Queensland. So if you guys ever want to come and visit us here in Queensland, just hook me up, guys. Send me a message and I'll pick you up at the airport, and we'll take you for a drive around our amazing countryside. You got a boss battle going on, really, while I'm doing a tour of Queensland? Excuse me, and I've still got a cough too, guys, and just to let you know, the temperature out here at the moment is 15 degrees Celsius, which is bloody cold. So that's 60 kilometers an hour there, guys, not 60 mile an hour. So we are now coming into the town there. You see a couple of car dealerships there. Sorry guys, I missed that chat there. I am concentrating on the road. So you possibly see off in the distance there, that's the town of Warwick, or the city. They actually call it a city. And I don't know how we came up with the fact that it is a city. It may be because there is a cathedral here. I think that's how we recognize our cities. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure actually. But this is very rural. This is very country. This is outback Australia, I guess, but not quite that far out. But this is very dry. You can see the ground is all orange. It's almost brown. As I said, they haven't had rain out here for a long time, and this area gets hit badly with droughts. And unfortunately, this is one of our main farming areas. This is actually also a big wine area for Queensland. We don't have too many wineries here in Queensland, but this is quite big. You can see there, Warwick Rodeo in October. So I'm actually out here talking to the tourism board about the events that take place in this city. So this is the road. Now this road that I'm on here, if I keep going straight, will actually take me to Stanthorpe, which is the next city or next town. It's actually only a town, it's not a city. The next town I'm going to. And look, there's a KFC here, guys. This is how country we are. You can see KFC. Finger licking good. But I'm gonna turn right here, I think. So this is actually one of the meetings that I've got to go to. It's just here on the right hand side. This is actually the Southern Downs Regional Council. This is where their tourism board is. I'll be meeting with them in about 40 minutes. Australia is really flat, huh, Dan? No, actually, One Life. I should have turned it on earlier. I've just gone over a mountain range to get down into this flat area here, and it's actually a beautiful mountain range. However, I do have video of it that we'll be putting together a video for. Later on, actually probably next week when we compile all the videos, because we're doing some tourism stuff while we're out here. Sure, she'll figure it out soon. Sorry, mate. As I said, I'm not really reading the chat, guys, and I just noticed there is a police car behind me as well. That's why I'm not holding the phone. It is set up in my cache, but people, the police do get quite curious, especially in country towns. Pretty much like any other country here. Australia is gorgeous, it is here. So this building off to the left is where I have my first meeting today. That is the council chambers, Southern Downs Council Chambers. So Southern Downs takes in a big region. So the council takes in Stanthorpe, Warwick, and a few other little towns. I'm just going to drive you down to the end here. So this is not the main street. Main street goes off to the left there, which I will take you down very shortly. So this is a new shopping centre that's been built here off to my left. Off to the right is the memorial grounds. You even get old people crossing roads here as well. There's a lawn bowls green off to my right here. But coming up here is a historic, this used to be, I think it was the town hall, the original town hall here, off to the left here. Very historic building. We're actually going to be shooting video and all that while we're out here today. I've got a camera crew out here today as well. They are, well, I think they're already out here. They're actually waiting for me. There's this historic church off there, off to the left there. That church has been here for about 120 years, I think, guys. This is obviously suburbia for Warwick, but I'm going to turn around very shortly and take you back into the city. So this is the epitome of Queensland country towns. And yeah, it is very flat out here. Some old Queenslander homes. These are all wooden buildings. Timber was there's a lot of timber out here when these homes. Now most of these homes that you're seeing off to the left and right, these would be over 100 years old. These homes. This is a very, very old city. Very, very old city. Let me just turn down here. Now the plan. Now my brother, my youngest brother, actually lives out in Stanthorpe. He has a cattle farm. I think he's got about 8,000 acres of land. I don't know what that is in hectares or anything. 8,000 acres of cattle farm. I'm actually going to actually drop in and visit him today. We're going to go and have lunch together. But that will be later on today. And I may even, if I get out to his property, I don't know whether he wants to meet me at his property or whether we're going to have lunch in town or something. I'll let you know. But you can see off to the right here, these are very historic buildings. And again, probably nothing like what you guys are used to. This is, you can see this statue right in the middle of the street there. So bearing in mind, that statue would have been built in 1830. I'm just having a look at the thing. 1898, that statue was erected. So this would have been all bushland, all country. This would have been a dirt road where horses would have come back and forward in. You can see there's the original Warwick post office there. This is part of our architecture here. There's off to the right there's the old historic hotel. A lot of pubs, a lot of hotels in these country towns. That's how a lot of these towns survived. You can see the palm trees. Yes, we have palm trees. This is Queensland. So this was well, it still is a thriving little community now, but this was part of the farming, and I think there was also gold out here in the early settlements as well. I'll take you for a drive. As I said, I'll drive you around just to let you see what I'm seeing. Now that's the cathedral. That's what makes Warwick a city. I live in West Virginia, so I would normally, yes, correct. So that is what made this a, I'm going to do a U-turn so you guys can see that again. Oh, actually I can't do a U-turn. How am I going to do this? That is, now, I think the same as in England, to be recognised as a city, your town or place has to actually have a cathedral. And I think that was the cathedral. I can't do a U-turn here. I'll go up here. We'll go up here. We'll do another turn. We will drive through there. So you can see Brisbane is where I've just come from. We have a city called Toowoomba, which is up in the mountain ranges. Which we will take you up there one day actually. Look, there we go. We've got a McDonald's there off to our left. Hoping you guys are enjoying this, guys. I'd love to walk you around, but I actually don't have time to do that for you guys today. So I'm going to drive you around. Let's see whether I can. I was going to do a U-turn then. Let's see if I can do a U-turn here. I'll probably get a ticket. If I get a ticket, it's all your fault, you guys. So that's another church just off to the left there. I'm going to stop because it's an orange light, not a red light. You need a co-pilot to read. I do, Bart. I absolutely do. And it's quite funny because my wife is actually out here with me today, but I've actually dropped her off at another meeting. So she is in a meeting somewhere else, which I will be going back to pick her up in about 2 hours' time. So she is my co-pilot. In fact, she actually drove most of the way. I actually slept most of the way. Don't tell anyone that, but I had a fairly late night last night. So this, okay, let's go for a drive down here. I don't know what's down here. This is Warwick. So all these buildings, as I said, most of these buildings here would be 100 years old, which isn't very old for you guys, probably in America and especially in Europe. But here in Australia, it's old. Okay, some of these buildings are now actually heritage listed. so they can never be pulled down. This old pub on the left here, that I'm about to show you, I do remember where I am now. This old pub off to the left here, this is one of our historic hotels. I'm now lost. What I'm going to do is I am going to do a U-turn here. I'll get a ticket. You watch. No police around. Cool. And we'll head back up here. But a lot of history in these old towns, which is absolutely amazing. And unfortunately, and one of the reasons why I'm actually out here is because the Queensland tourism aren't really promoting these towns. And Warwick, we believe, is a city that should be visited more often by tourists, because it's absolutely, the history here is amazing, and there's plenty of beautiful wineries, and there's a few ranches out here. Like, you guys all know what ranches are, where you can go and learn to ride horses, even round up cattle and all that sort of stuff as well. So, you know, a lot of those things are out here, but unfortunately our government isn't promoting it very well. So we've been asked to come out and have a chat to these guys and see how we can help, which is why we're here. So, but and unfortunately, it is a little bit overcast out here today. Again, I was talking to my brother yesterday, who lives about 30 kilometers east from here, and he was saying that they haven't had rain out here for nearly 12 months. So, but up ahead, you can see those brown trees. They're actually maple trees, would you believe? And it is winter, henceforth why the leaves are falling off. But there's not too many modern buildings along here, which I think is absolutely awesome. Now, I can't remember what road oh, it's up further, okay. Oh, look. Now, Hungry Jack's. There's a Hungry Jack's ahead. You will see the sign on the right-hand side there. Hungry Jack's is in America is, what do they call it in America? It's actually an American brand, okay? But we've renamed it here in Australia because of some sort of copyright laws here in Australia. But it is your Jack in the Box or something? I think that's what it is. Yeah, Jack in the Box. That's it. So it's been renamed here Hungry Jack's in Australia. So for a country town, we've got McDonald's, KFC, Hungry Jack's, or Jack in the Box, whatever you want to call it. It's, you know, it's a thriving little community. Now, I'm not going to be able to turn right, but you can see up on the right-hand side there, the steeple. That is why this is called a city, because that is actually a cathedral. It's a mini cathedral. But it is a cathedral all the same. I wonder if I can do a U-turn up here. So I really want to take you back down through the main street. This is also another big thing called Red Rooster, which is an Australian thing. It's like it's just like a drive-through chicken shop. You get chicken and chips or chicken and fries, chicken rolls. New thing there looking at is called mac and cheese roll. It's actually owned by what church? I think it's the Jehovah's Witness or the Seventh-day Adventist Church actually own it, which is a bit scary. I'll tell you what, they can't cook either. It really is the second. Whoops, sorry guys, hang on. I've got you all. I'm just gonna pull over here. You just bounced off of my little thing here. Here we go. Put you back up there. There we go. Hopefully you're locked in. You're all still there, guys? Cool. Let me just turn around. And you fell down. You all fall down. Fall down. $2 a long time. Love you a long time. Wait, that was fun. Bet you didn't see that coming. So I'm gonna take you down through the main street of Warwick, and that will probably just about do it for us. I'll show you as much of the history here as we can, and then later on today, if I get time, I will show you the countryside that I will be driving through to Stanthorpe, which is absolutely amazing. It really is beautiful, but very dry. As I said, it is very dry. We haven't had rain out here for 12 months, they reckon. Which is funny. I posted a post on our on the My Town magazine Facebook page and Instagram this morning of us leaving Brisbane. It's jet black, it's dark as, and it was absolutely pissing down with rain. It was raining all day yesterday in Brisbane as well. And when I was talking to my brother out here and I was telling him that it was raining, he was really pissed off with me because, as I said, he hasn't had rain out here. And him being a farmer, owning a cattle farm, he needs rain. So he's saying that his dams are nearly empty, which is a bit sad. Here we go. Let's go back down. I think this is the main street. I hope you're enjoying this, guys. I'm not boring you too much. I just thought I'd love to show you some of the places that we get to as part of my work. And this is one of the reasons why I wasn't able to stream today and why I won't be able to stream with Wolf tomorrow, is because I am out in the middle of the Queensland bush. Historic town, this one here which is Warwick. Keep repeating it just for new people that come on. Molly did that. Yeah, I saw Molly do it. Yes, that's what actually inspired me to do it. See how nice of people. She actually waved to me. She doesn't know who I am. I could be a mass murderer. I could be a life as a game YouTuber. She wouldn't know, which would be dangerous. And here's that statue that is sitting right in the middle of an intersection. Makes you wonder how many people have crashed into it, because there are a lot of pubs here, so there'll be a lot of alcohol drank here. It just sort of makes you wonder. They've got no barriers around it. You can see there's no poles protecting it, so maybe no one has crashed in it. It doesn't look like it's got any dents on it. We move statues in towns that have this happen. I would have, as I said, that statue's been there over 100 years. So, yeah, they might have had horses crash into it in the early days, but it doesn't look like there's been too many crashes there. So it was erected in 1898 by the looks of it. So, but this is Old Warwick City. It's a beautiful city. People are friendly. It's a real country town. A lot of us eat too much by the looks of it as well. Whoops, shouldn't say that. Because I am on a diet, I'm allowed to say that. Oh, excuse me. So where are we? Okay, I'm gonna turn right here. No, I'm gonna take you straight down the end of this road. I don't know what's down there. I haven't been down there, so let's go have a look. So on the left hand side there is the War Memorial, which every I guess city in or every country town in Australia, not just Queensland. Obviously we lost a lot of young men and fathers and sons to the First World War and the Second World War, so there's memorials all over our great state for the returned servicemen and those servicemen that didn't return. Off to the left, right there, you can see that's another historic. That is still a hotel, believe it or not. That is the Warwick Hotel. That's actually the original one. Off to my left there is the school. That's the state high school there. Don't know if you can recognize the style of architecture here, but it is very much of its own design, but it's got such a crossover of English, French, and even American. Our lake feeds the next biggest city in Charlotte. Oh, cool. Man, you guys, I swear, you guys need to do this in your towns. I am so interested in seeing what Molly showed us yesterday. Captain Cook Park, everyone knows who Captain Cook is. Captain Cook discovered Australia, apparently. Well, he's the one that claims he did, and then was killed in Hawaii. There you go. So if it wasn't for Captain Cook, we wouldn't have a town. We wouldn't have a country, apparently. But we do know that it was actually, I think, Australia was actually first discovered by the Spanish, I think, but they never claimed it. That's how stupid they were. Wow, look at this down here. How pretty is this? Look how dry it is along here. Watch, I'm going to get lost. I'm going to have to send out messages to get people to come and rescue me in the middle of Warwick. I have no idea where I am, guys, so I've still got a few minutes before I have to be at this meeting. 10:30 is when my meeting is. It is now 2 minutes past 10, so let's go up here. Look, oh, a railway track. Stop on red signal. So I'm about to cross a railway track. I hope there's no trains coming. Okay, good. Oh. Thank God I got a V8 under this. Get up these big mountains. Oh, there's some historic buildings. Look at these houses along here. These are, I don't know if you can see them as we get closer to them. These are all, majority of these would be over 100 years old along here. These would have been some of the original settlers' houses when they first moved out here and started setting up properties. And a lot of these would have worked on the farms or in the mills or whatever it may have been that was out here. This looks a little bit more modern. Where are we here? That's I don't know where to go. Okay, guys, we're officially lost in Warwick. Sure, can't be too lost. I can see a steeple down there. Let's go across the railway line. Stop on red signal. Don't want to die just today. Victoria Street. As I said, guys, sorry I'm missing your chat. If I am missing your chat, it's pretty hard to concentrate and check out the chat, especially when there's big trucks in front of you or behind you for that matter. So this is truly out in the middle of nowhere. A few horse studs here. Oh, you horsey people! I don't know what that is off to the left there. It looks like something being restored there, some renovation work being there. What's that behind there? Okay, so that is actually the old dairy. Hey Wolfheck, how are you? That's actually the old dairy there where so as I said, there's a lot of cattle out here where it's being used for dairy, for milk, or for meat. A lot of our local produce come from around this. When I say local, for Brisbane, a lot of our produce comes from this area. That's 50 kilometers an hour, not 50 miles. Warwick, Queensland. Google map it. Yes, Google map it. Absolutely amazing. You will see how far away it is from where Brisbane is. So look up Brisbane on Google Maps as well, and you will see. I mean, I think it's only about 180 kilometers away from Brisbane, but it's actually about 210 kilometers away from where I live. But the roads are quite windy, and there's a lot of in the morning. There's a lot of trucks. Which slow the traffic down obviously as well, which there's nothing you can do about it. You're in the car, well, you just drive carefully, okay? Don't have an accident on my behalf, please. I would feel terrible. So let's head back down through the main street here. Warwick High School off to my right there. I saw a police station up here somewhere before. It's actually a historic police station. So I'm actually going to see whether we can, without getting arrested. Our police are pretty good here in Queensland. Not as many shootings as the other states. They don't seem to be as trigger happy. Twisty instead of windy. Yeah, twisty. Yeah, a lot of twisted roads. But it's beautiful countryside. Sorry guys, I've just got something in my mouth that's annoying me. Let's go up here and have a look. And that's probably the most modern building here, this shopping centre. Now I think okay, so that's, I'm just going to see whether I can pull in here. That there is the police station. That is actually one of the original buildings here, built in 1900 apparently, that one. 1900, so that puts it 118 years old. So it would have been one of the original police stations. Then attached to it is the magistrates' courts, the old courthouse there, or town. I think that was actually the original town hall. The Uniting Church across the road there. That's another 100-year-old church owned by Wesley Missions, I think it is. The Wesley, I don't know if you guys have that over where you guys are, but that's the Wesley Missions. Red Cross. What's up here? What's up this road? There's a fire engine. So they have what they call the Rural Fire Brigade here, which are based on volunteers actually, which is absolutely insane. The amount of bushfires that we have out in these regions here, they can't actually afford to pay for the amount of firemen that we need. I'm just going to show you this building here. Look at this architecture here. I don't know if you can see it there, but that is the Masonic Hall. Okay, I don't know if you can see that there. That is the Masonic. So we have the Masonic, whatever they call themselves here, off to the right there. I can't get in there, but that is the Warwick Masonic Temple. You go to McDonald's in 25. Wow! Look, there's more. Look, it's absolutely amazing. What you find in these cities. I didn't realize they had a Masonic temple here, and the Masonic movement, I don't know what you call it, is very, very strong here in Queensland, especially in the country regions. Oh look, the Thirsty Camel Hotel up on the left hand side. Again, it's another historic building. It wouldn't have been called Thirsty Camel back in those days. It was the Palace Hotel. Mate, every town has to have a palace hotel. Seriously, you got to have a palace hotel. I don't know what that building is over there. Okay, so Catholic Presbytery. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Be careful of the kangaroos. Mate, I got to say, I was going to stop and take a photo. We saw probably 15 dead kangaroos between here and Brisbane. Well, actually between here and Ipswich, which is the first of the country towns that you run into on the trip out to Warwick. I reckon there was at least 15 dead kangaroos on the side of the road. So Southern Downs, the steam railway, yeah. Now we're actually talking, that's actually one of the meetings that I've got out here today with these guys. They only run up until June. So usually from December to June is when they get the steam and historic railways going. Good call. Well done. You were Googling the shit out of this. That's awesome, guys. But I am actually now going to head to my first meeting, guys, which is in this building here, which is the town centre. This is the Southern Downs Regional Council. Somewhere along here. Hopefully I can park out the back. I think there's parking out there. So let me take you with me. Here we go. The council chambers. Disabled parking. I don't think they'll let me park in disabled. What if I go all the way around there? 30-minute parking for customers only. I am going to park right here. So there you go, guys. Let me just turn you back. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Oh, that light's a bit bright, isn't it? Hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'm going to sign off here. I do have meetings to go to today. I will try. Hey Eco, welcome. I will try and do another video when I head to Warwick, sorry, to Stanthorpe, which will probably be around about midday. I think I'll be leaving this region. So if you want to join me then, guys, please do. But for now, no matter where you are, whatever the time of the day it is, in your part of the world, guys, have fun and survive. Guys, hope you enjoyed. I will chat to you all later. Talk to you soon. Good on you, Luke.